Today is day 3 with Chino, and as you can see, we've bonded up pretty good here. He keeps following me as I try to step back and let him be in the camera. He's liking this. And today we're going to go over tying and sensory training. And you see, today's a great day for that because it's windy, and I was at the dentist all day, so we're kind of getting a late start, so there's a lot going on around him. There's kids coming home from school and cars driving by, but that's okay because we're going to get him used to all of this. But before we start anything, I'd like to go ahead and cover some safety tips. And number one I'm going to start with is the halter. The way people tie the halter is usually incorrect. So we're going to walk up here, and I'm going to show you this knot so you can get a real close look at it. I always like to say I make the letter P and I slide it through. And we want the knot to be between the loop of the halter and the knot of the halter. And the reason we do this is because today we're going to work on tying him, and if he happens to sit back, I want to be able to get this halter off of him. I don't want it to be permanent. So I can slide this little loop up just like this to get it off of him if I need to. The other thing I want to cover is where it sits on the face. The halter needs to go under the jowl. It doesn't come way down here. It's right up under the jowl. And then we go right across the bridge of the nose for it to be most effective. The rope halters are to help these horses learn to come off the pressure a little bit better. So if we don't use it effectively, then the halter's not going to work the way it's supposed to. The other thing I want to cover is the way people hold their lead ropes. Never coil, always figure 8 in your hand. And the reason I say that is because so many people lose fingers thinking that they can get the coils out of their hands faster than this horse can pull them. But we all know things happen. And unfortunately, I know a few people who've lost fingers because they had coils around their fingers. Now the other thing I want to go over is why I'm videoing this way. I'm trying to do my best to show you what I see with this horse, what I'm looking at with this horse, what it's like to be right here in the pen with this horse. And I also want to show that not all training is these beautiful results where they try to do it perfect the first time, it's successful, and then they ride off into the sunset. That's not training. There's a lot of things in training that could happen, a lot of mistakes on my part, a lot of mistakes on the horse's part. Training isn't perfect. Training is a lot of small, perfect moments meshed together. I always say it's like a picture. There's lots of little pixels put together to make that perfect picture, and that's what we're doing, is we're putting the pixels together with this horse. So we worked with him, and we've got him really leading well. As you see, he wants to be with me. We're buddies here. Catching isn't an issue. And you know, that's one of the fun things about these Tehachapi Mountain horses, is they're extremely smart horses. They pick up what you're wanting and then they give it to you. So they're very, very willing. They're very, very smart horses. And what we want to start today with Chino is we want to bring him on over here, and we're going to start tying him. And we're going to start tying him so we can start teaching him to not be afraid of things, like the neighbor kid on his big wheel, which is all right. So we're going to come over here to this post that is a pipe post to the pipe corrals that's sunk about 6 feet into the ground. So there's no way he can pull this out, and it's safe. I'm going to just dangle this rope across, just like this. I'm going to put my hand in a safe manner, and all I'm going to do to start is I'm going to come up behind Chino, and I want to ask him to come up. And you see right there, we're going to slack the pressure. Good boy. We're starting to tie here. This is what we're teaching him. I'm going to come up a little more. I'm going to come up behind him, drive him up. There. And you see, I'm just holding on to this. So we're just going to hold. We're going to keep it right here. We're just going to let him see what we want. He's doing really well with this because we already did our preparation to teach him to come off the feel of that halter when we first started. That was in episode 2. We taught him to go forward off the feel, not sit back and pull on it. I don't like to play tug of war with these horses ever because these horses will win. I weigh about 118 pounds, and there's no way I could win tug of war. So I have to teach them to go forward versus sit back on the pressure. I don't like to lunge horses when they're pulling on me. I don't like horses to pull on me when I'm leading them, and I don't like horses to pull on me when I'm trying to tie them up. So teaching them to gently come off the pressure on day 2 was very, very important for this step here. And you see, he's not pulling back, he's going forward. And And I'm not saying he won't pull back. There's going to be times where he will pull back. There we go. So we have him right there where we want him. And now the sensory training is going to start. So all I'm going to do is just kind of smack my hand on my leg. This is a little challenging with the phone. So just smack, 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 smack. Add the pressure. Good. He went forward. He didn't go backwards. That's good. Smart horse. Good job. Again, smack, 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 smack. Oh, he went forward. Good boy. Again, smack, 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 smack. He went forward. So what I'm teaching him is to not set back, but to go forward. And we're starting with little pressures and little sensory training things to teach him just forward, not to go backwards. Horses that go back, pull backwards are usually not truly halter broke horses. Horses that want to go backwards, flip over, hit their heads will also possibly learn to rear in the saddle. And I love the neighbor kid because he really helps me out over there on his big wheel. This is our life. If you want a horse trained to be desensitized, this is the place to come. So he's sitting here nice and quiet. I'm stepping in closer and upping the ante. Smack, smack my leg, smacking, 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 doing all the weird stuff that people don't usually do. Good. When he gives that slack in the line, I stop. That's what I want him to do, is go forward and give some slack in the line versus going backwards. So then we're just going to ask him to step up a little more. Good boy. We're a little closer to him now. Smack, smack, smack. Oh, right there. He thought about going backwards, but he didn't. So that was good. I went ahead and stopped. What a beautiful profile. Smack the legs, smack the legs, smack the legs. And of course I'm smacking my own leg. And I'm just putting pressure on him. Pressure. I'm doing weird stuff that you would have me committed if you could see. Dancing around, moving, 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 moving. There. Head went down. He relaxed. I stopped. Good boy. Good boy. He's doing great. So that's the beginning parts of tying. The battery died, so we had to go ahead and charge it for a few minutes with Chino, but we're still standing here the same way we left him. And we're just working on him standing. Well, I come in here and I start working with touching him, his ears, his forehead, his nose, and his mouth, rubbing his tongue, releasing those endorphins, getting him to salivate, drop that head, relax. Just running my hands down him, starting the sensory training, working down his shoulder, to his feet, down his back. I just want him to feel what it's like to be touched on every part of his body. And we're going to come back over here to the tying. And she's doing really good. I feel very comfortable tying him at this point. So we're just going to come back here. And we're starting approaching with objects, which I have not done. So to start with, I don't want him to sit back, and he's not tied. He thought about it. We're just going to rub his forehead. And you see, he's not tied. So if he decides to be naughty, we're just going to reset and put him back where he needs to be. Down his feet. A little flinchy there. Down his feet. This just is an extension of my arm, allowing me to be in a safe place. Down his hindquarters. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Let him know we're coming down. Oh, he doesn't like that. So we go back up to where he was comfortable. But you see, he didn't pull back. He just kind of kicked back to where he's comfortable. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Quick touch there. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Quick touch there. Quick touch. Down. Quick touch. Very good. We got a quick touch. He didn't kick. Again, scratch, scratch, scratch. Quick touch down the foot. Good boy. And this is setting me up to be able to pick his feet up to trim him for the farrier. Good boy. And if he were to react, I wouldn't stop touching him. We would just reset and keep going with what we're doing. Good boy. Down the hind end again. Scratch. Rewarding him, letting him see what's coming. Good boy. Good boy. And we'll address, I do work him, but I just continue with what we've done here. I don't do anything new. Everything new I'm doing on camera with you. So like yesterday, we lunged him a little bit more. Today, we're going to let him stand here tied for a little while. Let him just see it's okay. Let him relax. Petting him. Good boy. Good boy. So now we're just going to unroll this so we're at a safe distance. And we're just going to kind of let it flop around his feet. Now he's thinking about leaving, but he's not leaving, which is good. I don't want him to leave. I don't want him to pull back. I see he's free to move if he wants. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. This is making him nervous. He's stepping away. We're going to come back and reinforce it's okay with the string hanging. Something new. He's thinking, but he's not pulling. The slack is still there. It all comes from teaching him to go forward when I use my little bit of pull with the 2 fingers. Not fighting, not tug-of-war. Good boy. I'm liking this right here. And we had to stop for a second because my phone battery died, so we just let him sit here with nothing, and he didn't move. And that's what some people are like, are you sure this horse is wild? Absolutely. This is a Tehachapi Mountain Horse, and this is one of the things everybody's going to tell you about these Tehachapi Mountain Horses is they're extremely smart and they figure things out. So if you're thinking of getting a wild horse, they're great ones to start with if you've never trained a wild horse. And while we're talking, we're working on just desensitizing his legs so we can pick him up safely when the farrier comes. We're going to move to the back. I just have to switch hands. And again, I'm trying to give you a view of what you would see if this were you doing it. That's why I'm changing it up. Anybody can video. Oh, he didn't like that, so we just kind of keep going. But what I like, he doesn't like it, but he's not pulling back. So we just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just letting him see this isn't going to kill him. Just keep going. Just keep going. Good. Easy. And we talk to him. And I'm not going to stop until he realizes, there you go, this isn't going to hurt him. Good boy. Just keep going. Good boy. So he relaxed that leg. I'm going to stop. What a good job there. He cocked that hind leg and he said, this isn't getting me anywhere. He's licking his lips. And for time's sakes, we're going to go ahead and stop here. And tomorrow we're going to pick up on the desensitization, sensory training to his environment, getting him used to things that he wouldn't be used to in the wild, getting him ready to be a horse that I put a saddle on, I can get on, and I can safely ride away on. Day 3, Chino, the Tehachapi Mountain Horse, and Michellw Gilles. Thank you.